Hey guys, 3D Crypto here. Hope everyone's doing well. And guys, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the newest and latest contract in the Bankroll ecosystem, which is Bankroll Flow. And Bankroll Flow has launched and has relaunched. So obviously we had the launch for Bankroll about 1 day ago. And it had a very good launch, very successful launch. Everything was going well. People were getting in. We had 1,000 people in there. But then we had this tweet come through from Bankteller, the lead dev of Bankroll, and there was an error, a critical error in the contract. We're not sure what the error was, but Bankteller, being the dev that he is, he basically put the handbrake on the Flow contract, and everything was stopped. So no new deposits were made, and he basically refunded everyone back all their BNKRX that they put in. So some people put in, say, for example, 10,000 BNKRX, claimed 100, and Bankteller refunded them the 9,900 BNKRX. Any BNKRX that was sitting in the platform on Flow was all refunded, and this refund happened literally within 24 hours of first being told that there was an issue. It's less than 24 hours. I think there was a critical error, and then literally within a few hours, everything was sorted out. The refunds were issued and the contract was relaunched. So as it stands right now, the contract was relaunched about 5 hours ago from me filming this video. So yeah, 5 hours ago, the contract Flow was relaunched and everyone's gone back into it. But the refunds happened very well, very efficiently. The communications we received from Bankteller and the Bankroll team was second to none. It was literally everything that you could have asked from a dev. He was very communicative, community orientated, and he just basically went through everything as a professional developer, let alone a contract, but for any financial institution or a CEO for a financial institution, how I feel they should have dealt with the issue, and they dealt with it very well. So that's enough about the relaunch or the problems with the initial launch. So now we have relaunched. There were more issues, more on the Tron side, which I will get into in a bit. But let's firstly go ahead and see what the Flow contract done and what it meant to the community. So in talking of community, obviously you've got the Bankroll Telegram, you've got the Bankroll official Twitter, and then you've also got the official Bankroll Discord, which I spoke about in my previous video. And that has been going very well. It's a very community-based area where people come in and they talk and they discuss Bankroll, Bankroll strategy. It's a very good space for people to discuss everything Bankroll related. And the great thing is Bankteller is there as well. So guys, so this is Bankroll network. Obviously, network assets are at almost $10 million, 36,000 players, and just under 5 million transactions. Guys, if you want to get into Bankroll Flow, unfortunately, you won't find the link on the page because it hasn't been updated, but it will be soon. So what I will do is I will leave the link down below. It is very simple. The link is bankroll.network/flow.html. But as I said, I will leave the link down below. More importantly, I had a lot of people asking me, how do you get into Flow? I've been trying to deposit and nothing's happening. Guys, the first thing you do is activate the switch for deposits. You must activate that. After you've activated that, you can try entering BNKRX to deposit, but the deposit won't go through. And there's an issue. The issue is you need to have a buddy referral address saved in the system before you can deposit, because that is the whole basis of Flow. So I will leave my Tron address down below, my referral, and basically it helps support the marketing and development for the Bankroll network. So if you use my referral link, I appreciate it, but just bear in mind, without a referral link, you will not be able to deposit into the Bankroll Flow contract. So once you've done both of those steps, once you've activated the deposit switch and you've got a referral address, you will be able to deposit into the Bankroll Flow contract. And as you can see down here, I've activate the deposits enable switch on my account. I've got a buddy, which is basically the development team, and I was able to deposit, and I deposited 9,650 BNKRX, and I'm getting some good rewards. So that's how to get into Flow. Now the question is, what is Flow? So Flow is a high yield, open-ended certificate of deposit, and basically it provides 365% APY on a player's deposits with passive play. That's crazy if you think of that. 365%, a percent every single day in your deposit for doing absolutely nothing. The great thing is, this whole platform flow was based around Tron chain. Tron chain is another platform that's been around, similar mechanics, but it's all based on Tron tokens in, Tron tokens out, and that's it. It's very simple, and that's all it is. What Bankroll and Bank Teller have done is they have tweaked the contract to make it even better, and it feeds into other aspects of the Bankroll network. As we all know, there are other facets to Bankroll. It is not just one simple DApp or one simple smart contract. Flow is done in such a way that there is buybacks, and all these buybacks help BNKRX price, they help Banker price, they help contracts like Stronghold yield amazing returns. It solidifies stockpile and helps farm as well. So a lot of people said the farm APYs are decreasing, and yep, they do decrease over time, but then Bank Teller has the ability to put in multipliers and you'll see APYs increase again. But things like Stronghold benefit hugely from Flow, because Flow is designed in such a way not to be just a simple Tron chain, Tron in, Tron out. It's got BNKRX, there is buyback in there. So all of these little aspects make Flow far superior from Tron chain. It makes it far superior to anything else out there, because not only do you receive BNKRX dividends, you also have the ability to benefit from banker price increases and also banker to Tron price increases. So you've got to look at it in two different ways. So you get your dividends in BNKRX. BNKRX price goes up to say 10 Tron. Then Tron's price goes up from 2 cents to 3 cents, or Satoshi value increases. So you're benefiting every single way down this whole chain. And that's where I think Flow brings so much viability. It brings so much kind of a unique selling point to this contract. I feel Bankroll Flow, once the dust settles and everything is all kind of, all the players are in and everyone knows what happened with the relaunch and what the issues were, and everyone kind of realizes that they got a full refund. Not even one BNKRX was deducted. They've got a full refund. Bankroll Flow will be the #1 DApp, the #1 smart contract, the #1 decentralized contract and ecosystem on the Tron chain. And I am very confident about that. I see that happening very soon. Guys, you got to remember, we are 18 months strong and we are still releasing new contracts regularly. From the original daily, from credits version 2, daily plus, farm, and now Flow. And it's basically, we are heading towards the end game. So if you go over onto Discord and you read some of Bank Teller's comments and you look at some of Bank Teller, what he says, he goes, look, we're in a bull market at the moment. If you look at the cryptocurrency market, you look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin is up almost at its all-time high. We're close to hitting that $20,000 number. You look at Ethereum, Ethereum is doing amazing. You look at every single cryptocurrency all the way down to Tron, everything is trending upwards. They're not all pumping at the same rate as Bitcoin, but they do eventually catch up. So Tron will eventually catch up with the rest of the coins, and the rest of the coins will eventually catch up with Bitcoin. But Bitcoin being the front runner, it's a given. Bitcoin will always do the best in a bull market, followed by Ethereum, and then followed by all the altcoins. But we are positioned very well as Tron holders, or custody of Tron, because obviously if you hold BNKRX, you are pretty much holding Tron. And if you've got it locked in a contract like Flow, all you're doing is you're increasing the buy pressure for BNKRX, and you're increasing the buy pressure for Tron. Speaking of Tron, guys, we had a bit of a curveball thrown to us, and that was during the whole kind of relaunch. So I did feel for Bank Teller, but obviously he's a one-man coding machine. But the task at hand, he had to code the refunds, sort out the problem with Flow, relaunch Flow, all within, say, 12 hours. And then on top of that, he received a curveball, and that was Justin Sun of the Tron Foundation. He basically went ahead and increased energy consumption and bandwidth by 400%. So basically what that means is, if a transaction on Bankroll took, say, if you got no energy frozen and it took, say, 2 Tron, let's make it simpler. It took one Tron to facilitate that transaction, whether it be a claim, whether it be a roll, whether it be a new entry into the contract. Any one of these actions were taken, it would cost you one Tron. That has now increased by 400%. It will now cost you 4 Tron. So obviously, if anyone's using these contracts that take up a lot of energy, that will add up very quickly. So again, Bankteller, being the dev that he is and kind of the community based dev that he is, he froze all the contracts. He basically pulled a kill switch on the UIs for all these contracts until he rewrote the code on the back end for the UI so that transaction costs were limited. So you're not going to get people trying to claim and burning, say, 500 Tron at a time and then coming back into the Discord and the Telegram and saying, guys, I've lost all my Tron, Bankroll has scammed out or something like that. It was just to avoid that. So again, while he was relaunching Flow, while he was refunding, Bankteller went ahead and he recoded the UI where you could basically go ahead and interact with these contracts again, but they were capped at something sensible. I think it's like 40 or 50 Tron. Nope, I tell a lie. It's capped at 150 Tron. So worst case scenario, if you try doing a transaction and something goes very wrong and you haven't got enough energy and the contract was very energy, consumed a lot of energy, 150 Tron is worst case scenario. But obviously, you can still interact with the contract directly. So you can still carry on doing that. And so even if the UI, people aren't thinking, oh, there's a kill switch on the UI. There is a kill switch on the UI. But you can still interact with the contract. I tried interacting with the contract while the UI didn't allow me and it went through fine. I was lucky enough that it didn't burn all up my energy and Tron. It literally cost me about 30 Tron, but it did work. So it kind of made me more comfortable with the whole contract and telling people about it, saying, look, even if the UI went down, you can still interact with the contract. I've done it myself during a period when the UI was down and it worked fine. So guys, that's where we had the issue with energy consumption. To counteract that, so obviously Bankteller has limited how much Tron or energy would be burnt with the transaction. But I think the best way to counteract it is to kind of change how you play the game, change your strategy. So if you go over to Discord, people have talked about strategies. Some people are now where they were rolling every hour. They're probably rolling once a day. People that were rolling once a day are rolling once every 2 days. So there's different ways to do these strategies. And the main thing is you've got a dollar cost average and see, does the transaction fee, is that going to be more expensive than what I will benefit from this contract? So obviously if a roll costs you 20 Tron, you will think that roll cost me 20 Tron, but in the long run, that one roll is going to allow me to earn 500 Tron, then it's worth doing that roll. So you've got to think about strategies. So yeah, this is kind of what Justin Sun done. He voted on increasing the fees for bandwidth and energy by 400%, and it was voted in 27 upvotes, and I think 19 upvotes out of 27. A few people downvoted it, so Binance and a few other companies downvoted it, who are the kind of custody super representatives for Tron, so they downvoted it. But ultimately the vote was won. Justin Sun voted for it as well. So ultimately, if Justin Sun has voted for it, he's got a high rating in the vote, so it went through. But that's by the by. We carry on, we go again. Guys, Bankroll Farm is doing very amazing stuff as well. As I said, I'm doing this buddy referral giveaway at the moment. I've had a buddy for the past 4 or 5 days. Hope he's enjoying all the dividends. It's now time to choose a new buddy. So what I will do is, again, I will leave a description, comment in the description or in the comment section down below on how to enter the next giveaway, which will probably happen in the next 3 or 4 days. So that's going to be happening very soon. And guys, again, Flow, to get into Flow, if you're having any issues, it's very simple. You've got to enable staking. You've got to put a buddy referral address in there. Preferably, if you want to use mine, it means a lot to me. It helps the channel out. It helps me provide and produce more content on a more frequent basis, and it also helps me promote Bankroll and all the other dApps and products that I am involved with. Obviously, if you become my buddy, it doesn't affect you in any way. All it means is you can increase your chances of your 365% being repaid back to you quicker. So if you go ahead and refer people, all that means is your 1% a day, your 365% return could happen quicker. So you will only, the maximum you will get is 365 of your deposit back. You will never get your initial deposit back, but you can increase the time it happens in. I will get more into the mechanics of Bankroll Flow in future videos, because obviously it has just literally launched, and the main question everyone is currently asking is, how do I get in? So I've explained that staking must be enabled. You've got to use a buddy referral address, and then you can deposit BNKRX. So that's the main thing. The mechanics of it is you will get your return back. So whatever you deposit, you will get 365% back of that. Your initial deposit stays in the contract. You will never get that back, 1% a day. But to increase the rate of your return, you've got to go ahead and market it, speak about Bankroll, and that's what I'm doing right now. So guys, like this video, comment down below, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. And hopefully YouTube will pick up this video, put it on the algorithm, and it will go out to a wider audience. Guys, if you like all my content, as I always say, please go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. And also, please, guys, if you have any questions about Bankroll Flow, head on over to the Bankroll Telegram or the Bankroll Discord. And there's some very knowledgeable folk there that will happily go ahead and help you out. So guys, that's all for today's video, Bankroll Flow. I will leave all the instructions about everything I've spoken about and all the links down below. Please do go ahead and use my referral link for Bankroll Flow. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to the channel. It helps me produce more content and push it out more frequently. And guys, finally, if you've got BNKRX sitting around, or you've got Tron sitting around, use that crypto. Don't let it just sit there and do nothing. Please, I implore you guys, do something with that crypto. Again, this is non-financial advice, but rather than sitting around and hoping for this thing to moon, I would say put that crypto to work. Guys, as I always say, you work hard for your money, make your money work hard for you. Until my next video, take care.